Today's topic is how to prepare for the January fitness gold rush, and we're going to share some stories about previous clients who've done really well in January. But I think the overriding theme is that you should have started back in October. That's slightly joking, slightly seriously. James, Andrew, who wants to start us off on this one?
Go with Andrew.
Yeah, we'll go with me. And absolutely, you're spot on. The work we do in October, November and December sets us up for tremendous traction come January. I think back to 1 January in particular for myself, where, the first working day of the year, and I think, right, what am I going to do? What am I going to do to generate clients? It was just way too late. Contrast that to when I was in my current role as a business coach working with fitness professionals. And when I was based in Australia, there was a client I was working with who had his best January ever, his best February ever, and his best March ever. And everyone in the community was, what's the secret sauce? What have you done that's different? And he said, it's the work I started in October. I got my promotion set, I got my strategy set, and I just put the plans into attack, and he got momentum from there, which drove through into the new year.
Yeah, well, it's not too late. We've still got just about a month, so if you haven't started, then fear not. Andrew, can you give some examples of what that guy did in terms of promotions and strategies that helped him have his 3 most successful months?
Yeah, absolutely. Planning was first and foremost. He determined for the first time, actually, that what his numbers should be, what his targets of new clients coming in the door were going to be. He knew that he had attrition through the year, but he knew that January was one of the key drivers of new business, as it is for each of us in the industry. But then what he did, he had a campaign that he started at the end of November and ran through December, getting new people, new members to sign up. And they got the first month, can't remember if it was for free or whether it was at a discount, but there was a discounted front end for the month of December. So that he was getting ahead of the game. He was getting those new clients in his area to join him as opposed to any perceived competition. But on top of that, he also became omnipresent. And what I mean by that, he was becoming visible on social media. He was leading with value. So he was using content based around questions that his client base had been asking. So it's just everything that we recommend you do, but he was just taking action and being consistent with it.
James, what are some strategies that we've employed?
Educate and talk a lot about with our podcasts, our blogs. So we start educating from September, August time. And it's, in fact, no, I'll tell a lie, it's the whole year, if we're being absolutely brutally honest.
I was going to say, we try and educate the whole year, don't we, really?
Yeah, we do. And that's the most important thing. So like if I was going back to some of the strategies that we use, we focus on education first and like creating exceptional value as much as we possibly can all throughout the year. And so when it does come to that ask in January, February time, our goal is to, hey, we're opening up our program for this year. Would you like to join? And a lot of people do because they're on that bandwagon wanting to take up and make a new healthy lifestyle, start a new year, new you, all that type of thing. But I think that's the key thing. I think going back to what Andrew said, a lot of people go right, it's Christmas, I've got through Christmas, right, sell. So they then ask for the sale up front straight away without creating any value first. And then they go, crickets, why have I got no one coming into me? What have you done for them leading up to that point? That's my point I'm trying to get across to people, is if you've done nothing in the months leading up to it, you're going to struggle to get that buy-in, that rush, as we're trying to call it, in January, because you've given nothing of value. You've got no preparation. It's a fly by the seat of your arm, literally you're flying and just wing it. Yeah, that's the one, yeah. But it's such a hard thing to get across to people, but you've got to plan, you've got to prep, you've got to create value first. And it's like Andrew gave an example back in October. I'd even say start soon. Like start, what is your August, September, October, November calendar like? What are you trying to build up? What are you doing each week to give to people? What are you doing to remind them? So you're sowing the seeds that fitness doesn't start in January, but it will do. Because a lot of people go, oh, I'll just get through Christmas. It's fine. And then they wake up 15 pounds heavier and they go, oh, crap, I need to lose weight. So it's the value and like sowing the seeds, is planting those seeds ready for when they're ready to commit. Because a lot of people can't handle the stress of Christmas and Thanksgiving and those holiday times. And then it is in January when they go, okay, right, now I'm ready to go. So it's anticipating that and knowing that's what the life cycle is. Because a lot of people, and we can talk about this from previous examples as well, Josh, can't we? Is that we lose clients in December. Why? Is because they have no money. They're spending all their money on their presents, their family, and they realise, oh crap, first thing to go, I've got to cut out the personal training bill. That's what they try and do. So we've got to be in mind that December is often a lean month for a lot of people if you haven't done the groundwork first. That's the key thing. Yeah.
So this is a great podcast for everyone for next year.
Sorry, there was a delay on my end. I think we need to take ownership as well. You mentioned a good point there that December rolls round, money becomes tight because people are paying presents and things. And what can they cut? Well, they look at, let's cut my personal training. But as fitness business owners, I think we can address that by, as I say, taking ownership and being and not being accepting of, oh, December's a down month, we're going to be quiet. Well, yes, you potentially are, and you will be quiet, but turn that focus into working on your business and delivering value, and perhaps put together one of the examples that I used effectively was I put together what I called my Christmas survival toolkit, which was just a simple PDF with some workouts that clients could do outside of the times that they were training with us. There was some nutritional advice, enjoy yourself, but and some examples of healthier options come to Christmas Day for eating and the likes. And that was received well by clients, and there was an offer in that for anyone who downloaded it then that led into a surge for me come January window.
Nice.
It's not just about getting new clients, though. It's about client retention as well, because we know how many people make a New Year's resolution, sign up for the gym or personal training or anything, and then go to 1 or 2 sessions, and then you never see them again. Or come February, the gym is a ghost town again. So retention is important, isn't it, boys?
Absolutely.
It's easier to keep a client than it is to get a new one, and it's much cheaper too. Way cheaper too. So I think in terms of what we're doing for the January fitness rush, gold rush essentially, is that we're using December as a prep method to create what's our content going to be. What are we going to start to get across to the world? What have we done already? What are the tips to help them survive the December, Christmas parties, all the indulgence of food, and also just reassuring people it's okay to eat well over Christmas. It's a nice time. Food's there to be enjoyed, right?
It is.
So there we go.
Sorry, I didn't realise I was taking a sip of coffee. I didn't realise you'd finished talking there, James. Any other strategies you guys want to share before we sign off?
I think just expanding upon the looking after your core client base, your existing client base. I think discussions with them and just being there for them. And delivering, giving a great service that obviously sets us in good stead to retaining clients, but remembering that we've got retention, but equally we've got to continue keeping a good flow of good quality leads coming in the door. So just being visible and managing your time as best you can. We get sucked into working in the business, looking after and servicing our client base to the detriment that we're not working on the business where we're not getting that constant flow of new leads coming in. So it's finding that balance and just planning essentially. And that's where the guys that we work with within our community, we have our weekly game plan each week where they analyse the week that's gone by and they plan ahead for the week ahead so that they can stride forward with purpose each and every week.
I think it's great. And the other thing I'd just add to that as well is rather than focus on paid advertising and Facebook marketing and things like that, where it's going to be very, very expensive come January, because Google and Facebook know this. So if they're going to target fitness businesses and it's going to be more expensive to advertise, focus on referrals. Focus on your current list, your current clients, past clients. Focus on those areas first, because they could be the quick, cheapest wins. People haven't trained with you for a while, just hit them up and go, hey, you haven't been with us for a while, ready to get started in 2024? Something along those lines. Or ask your current clients for referrals. Use the cheap methods first, exhaust that list, and you'd be surprised what you could find in the gold rush from that, let alone what you try and do for new people. Because everyone focuses on new people, focus on the existing list too.
Yeah, no, that's good. As you say, focus on the quick wins, potential quick wins. Absolutely. That is it for today. Please don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. And if you want to find out what's holding you back from growing your fitness business, and get yourself a free website audit by going to strengthmatters.com/audit.